Crazy Chef. So, alright, so as always, big vibe today. Today we're making homemade pizza dough. So in a bowl, I put 3/4 cups of water, hot water, not too hot. I put a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of dry active yeast. I let it sit for 10 minutes. Reason being, we want to check if our yeast is dead, and we want to make sure our yeast has been fermented. So our yeast is alive, so we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt and 3 tablespoons of olive oil. To that, we're gonna add 3 cups of flour. You can use counter flour, you can use high gluten flour, but you don't want to use bread flour. So you either want to use regular counter flour or high gluten flour. Then you want to knead for a half an hour. So you want to knead the dough for a half an hour. You want to stretch the gluten all the way to make sure your yeast is nice and dispersed all over your dough. You want to make sure your gluten is activated. And the only way to activate the gluten is by the kneading of the dough. So knead it for a half an hour. Don't worry about proofing. Just make sure you knead your dough for a half an hour. So if you're using a mixer, you want to set your time to a half an hour. If you're using a bowl, you want to knead it until it's a ball. Then you want to put it on a flat surface, and you want to take the palm of your hands and just knead the dough. When the dough is nice and the gluten is stretched all the way, when you hit it with your thumb, the hole should come right back. So what we're doing now is we're gonna knead the rest of the way, and if you see that, you know my dough is almost ready. See that? You know my dough is almost ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my dough, I'm gonna cut it in two. So you'll get like 2 9-ounce doughs from this recipe. So I'm gonna cut it in two. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more olive oil, and I'm gonna put it in my refrigerator. When you make pizza dough, you don't have to proof. As soon as you make it, you can just stick it in your refrigerator. Then you take it out when you're gonna use it. You make it come to room temperature or close to room temperature, and then once you're ready to open up your dough or roll your dough out, you will get that vibe. So as I said, I'm gonna take my dough, I'm gonna hit it with some olive oil, I'm gonna put it in my refrigerator, and I'm gonna show you what happened when I take my dough from the refrigerator and open it up. So stick around for the end of the video if you want to see what happened after the dough comes from the refrigerator and we open it up. So as always, hit that like button if it's your first time here. Hit that red subscribe button because we bring the vibe. So what I'm gonna do for you now is I'm gonna remove the dough from the bag, and we're gonna open it up and see what happened. See how it stretches and see how it opens up nicely. Crazy Chef, big vibe with the pizza dough. Like, share, and subscribe.
Fra guerrieri può far bacco, grande stacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, muso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante. Ed invece